I think what most people don't realize too is that the awakening process or the beginning of awakening, it destabilizes our identity, right? Because
Yeah.
our identity has been built on those old stories. It's been built around this old map of our reality.
And I
Yeah.
love the way that you talk about the mind and how it's actually conserving energy by just recycling old patterns, recycling old stories. Like, this is what
Yep.
I believe about the world. This is what I believe about my life. And therefore, it's easy for me to make quick moves, make quick actions. For some
Mhm.
reason, when you were saying that, it was reminding me of the movie 50 First Dates. Do you remember that movie with Adam Sandler and
Yes,
Drew
I
Barrymore?
do. Yeah.
So
That's
she
a good one.
gets this brain injury and she has no short-term memory. So
Uh-huh.
she's like every day waking up believing that she's in this day, however long ago, before her
Yeah.
traumatic brain injury. Originally, her dad and her brother work to create the same day over and over for her again so that she isn't confused. So her mind doesn't have to work that hard. And then when she really wants to actually move on with her life and when she meets someone and falls in love and there's this whole actually we need to keep moving on in life and it's okay for identity to unfold and
Yeah.
recreate. But what if your mind actually can't do it? And so I don't know if you remember, but at the end of the movie he like makes her a little video and every morning she has to watch this video and she has
Yeah.
to like catch up with who she is and catch up with
Mhm.
what life means now.
Yeah.
And I remember watching that and just being like, oof, that is heart-wrenching and what an ache and what a heartache and what a mind ache. And then I thinking about it the way that you're explaining it, I'm like, that is kind of what's happening right now. Or like recalculating, like every day I wake up and I
Mhm.
recalculate like, oh my gosh, who am I and what do I believe? Where am
Mhm.
I? What's going on? So, from a psychological perspective, back to what we're actually talking about here, when the systems that we trust start to crack, when authority, let's say, feels unreliable, which we're seeing a lot of right now, when narratives are collapsing, which I believe we're seeing a lot of right now, when we lose the illusion of certainty that our mind has sort of created for us, the destabilization of all of that can feel definitely terrifying. Definitely,
Yeah.
it's terrifying. Like, oh my gosh, what's happening? Who are we? Where are we going? What is this world going to look like for my children? That's certainly a comment that we've received a lot of. And I think something that we've also thought of for our own children, right? But
Yeah.
it's also this moment where awareness expands. Suddenly, we're not going with the flow. We're realizing that, like, there are many, many rivers flowing into the one that we're in.
Yes, and humans, we're wired for certainty, right? Like the certainty makes us feel safe in our nervous system. And to your
Totally.
point, when that certainty kind of cracks, our nervous system is like lighting up. And that's where people think that they're losing it. But
Yeah.
it's because that old reality, that old story, that old map, it's dissolving. And that's what becomes so uncomfortable for us, right? It's like we're standing between two versions of ourselves, the one that we've been and the one that we're becoming. Like the movie, like just like the example that you just brought up is like, I'm standing between two versions, like, oh, I wake up every morning, I don't know who I am. And then you get reminded, like, this is what I've been telling myself, but how is it that I want to move forward? It's just like you're standing between these two worlds or two versions of yourself. So that just becomes a little bit disrupting to our life. Like, what do I do now?